We are Scott and Cassandra, a travel couple from the United States and Cayman Islands, traveling the world and cherishing the wonderful connections that we make along the way.
Join us as we see spectacular sights, meet amazing people, get up close with incredible wildlife, and learn about as much of this beautiful world as possible. We are the Forever Explorers. We love traveling through Europe and showing people how easy it can be to experience diverse countries and cultures in a relatively short period of time. In this episode, we are traveling by train from Utrecht, Netherlands, to Antwerp, Belgium, connecting through Rotterdam. The train journey was about 1 hour and 40 minutes. We were staying at a hotel near Utrecht Central Station and bought our international rail tickets at the NS service desk in the station. We took an intercity train from Utrecht to Rotterdam Central and then hopped aboard our international Eurocity train to Antwerp, Belgium. It was a relaxing, comfortable ride, and we had plenty of time to reflect about why we love train travel through Europe so much.
Soon we arrived at the magnificent Antwerp train station, which is an immense structure with 14 train platforms across 3 different levels. We came in on the lowest level, so we had to ride several escalators to get to the main levels. Looking up, we can see the incredible iron and glass vaulted ceiling over the train platforms, the area called the train shed. This glass vault was designed by architect Jan van Asperen and is 185 meters long and 44 meters high at its highest point. At the top of the escalators is the street level, or level 0, where most of the shops and food are located and where you can exit the station. A beautiful and prominent clock can be seen from the train platform side and can also be seen from the entrance hall on the other side of the clock wall. We went up to the upper level to get the best view of the clock and to look out over the entire station from the upper viewing platform. Here we had an incredible view of the entire glass vault and the main floor below. There are also train platforms on this upper level called Platform +1.
In front of the clock wall is a prominent monument called Hand of Peace, created by Chinese-born Belgian sculptor Jan Schoofen. When viewed from different perspectives, the monument appears as either a hand or a dove. The hand symbol appears in many places throughout Antwerp and signifies the mythological founding of the city, where the Roman soldier Brabo defeated the giant Antihone by cutting off his hand and throwing it into the Scheldt River. It symbolizes freedom and liberation from tyranny. The name for the city Antwerp most likely comes from the German phrase "an de Werp," meaning at the wharf, referring to the major shipping port in Antwerp. The alternative folklore explanation is that the word Antwerpen, shown on the clock wall here, originates from the Dutch phrase handwerpen, which translates to hand throwing, referring to the story of Brabo and Antihone.
Hey everybody, today we decided to take a side trip from the Netherlands. We got on a train this morning and came to Antwerp, Belgium. So Antwerp is the second largest city in Belgium, and we are at one of the most beautiful train stations in the world. They call it the Railway Cathedral. Let me just spin around here and show you what this place looks like. So it's pretty amazing. So we're going to spend the day in Antwerp. We're going to walk around a bit, and it's just a day trip for us. We're going to head back to the Netherlands, to Utrecht, Netherlands, at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can do in a day. We plan to, after this, we're going to walk along the Meir. It's a shopping area right outside here, a beautiful street, and go check out the Grote Markt and have lunch at one of the restaurants there. and it's along the Scheldt River as well, so we'll walk a little farther. I'm excited. There's an old fortress there called Het Steen that we're take a look at right along the river. So I think it's going to be a nice relaxed day. It's not a lot of walking. It's going to be nice, but it's absolutely beautiful, and we're excited that this is a new country for us. We've been to several countries in Europe, but never Belgium, so we get to put another pin on our map when we go home.
Yep. Oh, and Antwerp also has the second largest port, the second largest shipping port in Europe, and we're excited about that because we're still here with Cassandra's father, Cassidy, and he spent some time on ships that came and did some work in European ports. I don't think he came to this.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did come to this port.
So he started off from Rotterdam, which is the largest port in Europe. And then the next stop on his ship route was Antwerp. So I'm excited to hear what he remembers.
Yeah.
He was here in the early 60s, so it's a long time, but he certainly will see it with different eyes than we will. But I'm just really excited to be here with him especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
so
go.
we're going to share this exciting day with you. Let's go.
To exit the station, we walked beneath the clock to get to the entrance hall, which is right beneath the huge iconic dome that gives this station the nickname Railway Cathedral. The original station and dome were completed in the year 1905, designed by architect Louis de la Sainterie. It is a spectacular hall with a grand staircase leading to and from the main entrance under the clock, and the design for the 75-meter high dome was apparently inspired by the Pantheon of Rome. We stood here in awe for a while, taking it all in, finding it hard to believe that we were inside of a train station and not a grand palace. Finally, we decided to make our way out of the cathedral to see what we would find in the surrounding city.
A brief look around revealed a giant Ferris wheel in a large city square, and we were pleased to see a long line of rental bikes just outside of the station. If we wanted to cover a lot of ground quickly, we would have rented bikes, but today we were focused on seeing the smaller details of the city. We are always impressed by European cities that prioritize biking and walking over automobile travel, and Belgium is considered to have some of the best biking infrastructure in the world, second only to the Netherlands. The railway station looked just as magnificent from the outside as it did from inside, and the immense 50-meter high modern Ferris wheel created an interesting contrast with the historic building behind it. Our plan was to walk west from the station until we get to the main shopping street called the Meir. Then we would head northwest to get to the Cathedral of Our Lady and surrounding city square, as well as visit the Central Square and Stadhuis and Grote Markt. Finally, we would go all the way to the Scheldt River and visit Het Steen, a visitor center and historic fortress on the water.
Walking from the station, we saw many restaurants, chocolate shops, diamond stores, and other shops. As we neared the main shopping district, we started to notice some architecturally distinct buildings, as well as some monuments. The first monument was a statue of David Tenier, a celebrated artist born in Antwerp. The next statue was of Anthony van Dyck, a highly successful portraitist and painter from Antwerp, and this statue marked the entrance to the Meir. Along the Meir, there was only pedestrian and bicycle traffic, and it felt like a very safe place for walking and shopping. We continued until we reached the Stadsfeedtzaal, a large concert hall originally built for large events, but after it was severely damaged by a fire in the year 2000, it was renovated and converted to a shopping center.
So after the train station, we walked down the Meir. So the Meir is like a shopping district. And one of the must-see stores or areas to see is called the Stadsfeedtzaal. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm not sure. But
We'll put the name on
Yeah.
the screen so you can see it.
It is amazing in here. So it was originally a concert hall in the early 1900s. And after a fire, it was restored and converted into a shopping center. So as you walk in, it's very ornate with marble columns and gold on the wall. And there are chocolate shops in here. Lots of jewelry stores because, again, this is like the diamond center of Europe. For the trade of the world.
Yeah.
So lots of shops and restaurants. But we just wanted to show you in here because it's amazing. And it's right off of the street called the Meir. So I have to ask my dad what he thinks about this so far. We've only been here a few minutes, but he's amazing.
What I think about this?
Yeah.
I
city,
can't think
the
about
place.
this. Let me tell you something. Belgium, Antwerp is out of this world.
Yeah.
You gotta visit here if you want to buy diamonds for your wife.
Well, you're going to buy diamonds for your wife?
Or chocolate,
I gotta
or
buy-
Belgian waffles. Yeah.
And chocolate. We're right in front of a chocolate store now.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're pretty hungry, so we're going to go find some lunch and we'll catch up later.
By this time, we were getting pretty hungry, and we started to smell a hint of chocolate in the air. We were drawn toward a small booth advertising Belgian waffles, and we just looked at each other and smiled. This was what our tummies had been searching for.
Okay, here we go. We're about to try our first real Belgian waffle in Antwerp, Belgium. A waffle with chocolate.
All right. It's kind of hard.
It's a little hard to cut it.
Okay, there you go.
I'm gonna be the first one.
You can be the first one.
Okay, here we go. I have the microphone, so I have to be the first one.
I'll just take the rest.
Oh yes.
Gosh.
No, I want the rest.
Well,
Oh,
I'll just hold on.
oh, that's good.
Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's so warm.
It's good.
Mm.
Okay, you have to try this. You have to try this.
In
Come to
Belgium.
Antwerp. Get Belgian waffles. Here's the shop right here.
After that incredible waffle experience, we were in the mood for some piano music, and we found some right here along the Meir. He was a very talented pianist, so we stopped to listen for a while. Scott wanted to tip him for his performance, but didn't have any local cash, so he was happy to see a convenient credit card tap reader for tips. He made our day nicer, so we were very happy to support him. Making our way toward the city center, we happened upon this booth called the Smallest Waffle Shop. And we would have loved to have supported this business also, but thought that we should find a proper lunch before eating any more waffles. Soon we began to see what looked like the tall spire of a church and realized that we must be getting close to the city center. We were walking through what appeared to be a modern shopping area and then suddenly found ourselves walking right next to a massive Gothic cathedral.
Walking alongside the giant church that was on our left, there were shops, a delicious looking candy store, and restaurants on our right. We walked out into a large, spectacular square surrounded by restaurants and stores and noticed a beautiful monument in front of the church. This is a depiction of Nello and Petrarch from the story A Dog from Flanders, about an orphan boy who died in the church with his dog. We had to walk all the way to the far side of the square to take in the enormity of the Cathedral of Our Lady, towering over the western end of the square. We decided to have lunch at a great restaurant right next to the spectacular cathedral. I thoroughly enjoyed the local Flemish stew, while Cassandra had the salmon, and her dad had a delicious seafood special. After a wonderfully satisfying meal, we walked pretty much just around the corner to get to the main city square called the Grote Markt, and is where the historic City Hall, or Stadhuis, is located.
The center of the markt was fenced off for an automobile event that we will show you soon, so we couldn't walk up to the Brabo fountain, which is the centerpiece of the square. This fountain and monument depicts the story of Brabo and the hand of Antwerp explained earlier. The Grote Markt is known for the beautiful guild houses around the square. These were houses of powerful craftsmen and merchants. Some of these houses were built as early as the 1200s, but some were built in the 1300s or 1400s and have undergone multiple rounds of renovations since then. The city hall was completed in 1565 and is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The views of the Stadhuis and surrounding guild houses, with the immense cathedral tower rising overhead, feels like something out of a dream. There are so many beautiful details that it's hard to take it all in and comprehend that it is all real right here before us. After the Grote Markt, we headed toward the Scheldt River. Along the way, we took a look back toward the city square and could still see the beautiful cathedral towering in the distance, with its bells loudly ringing.
We continued on to a walkway overlooking the river, where there was a majestic statue of the goddess Minerva looking back toward the city. Minerva is the Roman goddess of wisdom and trade, and she is here as a protector of the port and city. The statue is 4 meters tall and was created by Italian artist Marcello Mascharini in 1955. We stayed here on the promenade for a while, taking in the beautiful scenery, and then walked a bit to the north along the water to an historic fort called Het Steen. In front of the walkway to the castle, seemingly guarding its entrance, is a statue of the mythical giant Lange Wapper, which translates to Long Flag. This giant was said to be born from giant vegetables and ultimately became a giant man that bullied the people of Antwerp. After sneaking past the intimidating giant, we went up the walkway leading into the castle.
Just past the first archway in an open courtyard is a statue of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, emphasizing the Roman Catholic roots of the city of Antwerp. We then walked up several flights of stairs to the top of the fortress and found some incredible views of the city and the Scheldt River. In the distance to the north, we could see cranes working at the shipping port, the second largest shipping port in Europe after Rotterdam, where my dad spent some time working as a young seaman more than 60 years ago. After Het Steen, we walked back toward the city center, and we were surprised to hear very loud cars roaring their engines behind us. Suddenly, the pedestrians all moved out of the way, and we found ourselves standing next to the Stadhuis while impressive antique racing cars drove past, towards the finish line in the Grote Markt square. This was completely unexpected, and we had never seen anything like this. We learned that this event was called the Zoute Rally, part of the Zoute Grand Prix, where these amazing cars drive to different European locations. We just happened to be here on the right day at precisely the right time to witness this incredible event in one of the most iconic locations in Belgium.
After the rally was finished, we walked back toward the train station, saying goodbye to the towering cathedral. We had some extra time before catching our train back to the Netherlands and decided to stop at a place called Chocolate Nation. This is a Belgian chocolate museum and shop, and we would have loved to have toured the museum to learn more about this amazing chocolate. Unfortunately, though, we only had time to look around the chocolate shop and buy a few small items to enjoy. Next time we come to Antwerp, we will come here first to make sure we have time for the full chocolate experience. This was still a great way to end our day in Antwerp, and we had some nice treats for the train ride back to Utrecht, Netherlands. In an upcoming episode, we will take you with us on another train journey through Western Europe, from the Netherlands all the way to the Swiss Alps. We will use trains in the Netherlands, Germany, and Switzerland, spend time in the incredible Swiss villages of Lauterbrunnen, Grindelwald, and Meir, and then head south to the picturesque town of Zermatt, with views of the magnificent Matterhorn Peak. Keep an eye out for this epic journey coming soon on our channel.